Hey everyone, Art of Shadow here. Welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. Previously, we got a little bit closer to Sayori and kind of learned a little more about our relationship with her in the past. And now, we're gonna see if we can learn something about Natsuki and Yuri as well. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and go through this in ludicrous speed. Okay, now in this case we're actually gonna pick a side. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain in an attempt to back myself up and not feel like a dummy. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah! It did, didn't it? Haha. Shows how much you know. Save the salt slinging for later, Natsuki. That's not... See, this is why I hate taking sides. I really don't want to cause any conflict here. Natsuki, I think that's enough. Yeah. Enough with the salt slinging. Huh? Me? But she was so mean to me. Oh, well. Natsuki's voice whines. Look. What we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is really a personal thing. And sharing it can definitely be hard. It looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so... You don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. Yeah, that's what happens when you take sides. Well, maybe not always, but either way. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said. So, you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was just getting a little bit crazy about how your chest magically grew or whatever she said. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, Daniel. For me, Daniel. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. All bark and no bite. Sayori and Monica look away. Humph. Anyway... I just brought that up again. The thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. So, what about the other stuff you said? Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? Okay, now you're just making her die of embarrassment. I'll go make some tea. My cakes will burn. Props to you if you know what I'm referencing. I don't think anyone really does. I was just trying to help. Well, maybe you could have taken it a little bit slower with that compliment. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Daniel. Okay, green-eyed lady. Ocean lady. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all, not at all. You sure about that, Monica? There's still time before we go home. So we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. Okay, like what? So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. Okay? After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. Huh? About what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is to have fun. It's having fun. Yeah, maybe I subconsciously know this game a little bit too well. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? Okay, well, let's skip that. Okay. Alright, so I'll be right back after I figure out which words I need to get on Natsuki's good side. Okay, well, I don't know if I actually did it right, so let's see. Ludicrous speed, random smack. Okay, let's see. Okay. Alright. So that worked out in my favor. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Expectantly. I can read. Yeah. Don't worry. I kept my promise. I pull the first volume of Parfait Girls out from my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles, or folds, or tears, or spills. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know? I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. Okay, let's see what kind of wacky shenanigans we're getting mixed up into this time. So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget. Ah, the chapter ended when Minori and Alice found... Monica! Natsuki's voice resonates from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet. So, I had to move some stuff around and clean it up a little bit. It's all still there, I just had to organize it a bit. Ugh. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head, because she is a small. She makes a futile hop, trying to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez. This is so inconvenient. I'm moving these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Ah, Natsuki. There's a stool on the wall. Hey there. On the wall? Okay. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. Oh, okay. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. You think I'm too short or something? I didn't say that. Out loud. I mean... I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Yeah, I don't know if that's a really good idea. Careful. I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Yeah! The box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Ooh! Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There! Having almost fell, Natsuki is a little bit shaken up. Jeez. Yare. No need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just... I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? I'm going to get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see... The classroom chairs all have the desk attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into a closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. Okay, now that's a really bad idea. If you don't have anyone holding it still or anything. Even then, that's still too dangerous. She rolls it on its wheels, back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous, since the chair swivels and rolls. Yeah, exactly. It's not very stable, you're gonna run into a lot of problems. But I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Whoosh! Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly balances onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Aha! There we go. See? I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. Oh! The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Okay, why didn't you just ask me? Who was it who told me not to help? Yeah, I got you. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt? Oh no. Well, I guess it wouldn't be an anime game if we didn't have some silly little humor like that. I forced myself to turn away. My face probably red like a tomato. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes, I'll be dead. Hup. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf. Ugh, heavy. Hey Daniel. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry up and take this one. But then I have to let go of the chair. That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up. Alright. Just let me stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Uh-oh. Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki just looks like she realized something, but she'll lose her balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box. What are you looking at? Ugh. You're trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not. I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You perv. You set me up. Hey now. You were the one setting things up, not me. Go away. Get out. Leave. Right now. It's the end of you and me. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Yeah! The scene turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies from underneath Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands, and the books go flying. I got you. Crash. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. Ugh. My right arm and back seriously feel the impact. Ugh. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Huh? Natsuki seems to realize it's not the floor that's beneath her. It's me. Gross! Gross! A fist pounds to my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking? You sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monica suddenly peers in. Monica! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Well, No, no. Never mind. Jeez! Sorry. Uh... Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is also a total pervert. So I hope you're happy. I didn't... Somehow, it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monica says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no! My... I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on the page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly, she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Oh. Natsuki, are you... No! Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help you get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No. I don't even care that much. I'm just... having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just... every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Well, I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This'll help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. Huh? That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I can do. The next couple of minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box in their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then, I get on the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for what you said. The thing about cheering me up. If you insist. Well, we sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle, repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monica gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know? I told you. Yeah. I returned to my seat and I slipped the book into my bag. Okay, well, I guess let's start with Natsuki. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back to the poem. By now she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. Ugh, this wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously. You think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you, Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then, the poem slips out of her hand and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. My cakes will burn. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Daniel. Did you do something to Natsuki? Whoa, this isn't my fault. Don't pin this on me. I didn't say anything. I just saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No. I just told her that... My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monica that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monica sees the poem lie on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? Yeah. And you know it's very hard to figure out which words work for Sayori and which ones work for Natsuki, you know that? I mean... not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Daniel? No, I swear. I'm not looking at the guide on Steam, or any of that stuff. Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind. I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monica's joke at all, because it was breaking the fourth wall, and I can't comprehend that. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? I don't know. I mean, I feel like she hates me, but then there's another part of me that thinks that she likes me deep down, but she doesn't want to admit it to herself, or let alone to me. So it kind of gives me these mixed vibes, you know? Can you maybe talk to her about that? I mean, you are friends, right? Oh, you don't need to answer that. Okay, I'm talking to nothing anyway. It was just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monica's hands. neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom. Did you read this, Monica? Of course. I liked it. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that. But Daniel wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share them with everyone, right? Yeah, so eventually I would have to share with Monica at some point. Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Which is again, basically what I just said right now. Okay, well, I think Daniel is done sharing this poem with everyone. Already? It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this. But how am I supposed to share it? Oh, I'm not. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet. What about Yuri? So what? Well, I guess Daniel is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. It's not like she's gonna like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Okay, and again, with Amy Likes Spiders, we kind of already went through that. Not bad, right? Okay. You know, I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so... Oh? So consider yourself lucky, okay? Oh. Well, there went that one. Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. Okay, I guess Monica's not an option this time. Which means I'm not gonna... Oh wait, what am I saying? We already saw her writing tip of the day yesterday. Sailor Moon says, save your game. Alright. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Daniel. Huh? I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem. Oh. You're too honest sometimes, Sayori. No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I? Well, I kind of already promised Natsuki and Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Even if I'm just picking out words from the word bank, I still don't know who's gonna like it more and who's not. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Yare yare. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Wait, what? Okay, well I guess that's a slight glitch in the gaming. I've already gotten Natsuki's opinion, and she liked it. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So, when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a Daniel poem. Where do I feel like I've heard this before? Okay, now I'm forgetting stuff. and that makes it extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. Should I leave you in my poem alone now? You're so weird, Sayori. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. That's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a very important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Ugh. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? In another universe I did. That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Yeah, I've been there. Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. Like the time I had that poem that had both happiness and depression in it. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic, I'll say. Huh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Daniel. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Okay, the bottles. We already read that. Okay, holy crap, I'm gonna skip. Gee, I wonder who I should show it to. I'm probably not gonna stop doing that. Okay, let's see what we got. Are you still mad at me? I was never mad at you. For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because of reading this poem, now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Yeah, you'll see when I load another save. Or not, I don't know. Meaning, when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? That's some really bizarre math you have going on there. That's not really that's not the case, really. Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little bit too much. How could I be so stupid? Hey now, you're not stupid. I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. Who told you those things? So I can go find him and teach him a lesson. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So, please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Way to make me feel like an absolute dirtbag. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. Yeah. Because, well, one quote that I personally like, and if I can remember it, it's that other people's opinion doesn't have to be your reality, because as long as the enemies within are not against you, the enemies outside cannot harm you. In other words, if you're confident in yourself, then what anyone else tells you, it won't even matter, because deep down you know in your heart what's the truth, and what other people say, that doesn't matter. I wish I could remember the full quote, but anyway, what am I talking about? Oh right, well, she definitely needs a lot more confidence in herself. So, and this is coming from a guy who's kind of shy and grew up with bullying. I can kind of see where she's coming from. And I guess maybe that's why I kind of relate to her just a little bit more. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. Oh, well, I didn't even read her poem. Wow. Okay, well, that about does it for Natsuki's route. Let's go over to Yuri and hopefully get on her good side. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up from Yuri's, which is right here, I believe. Okay, let's skip through some of this stuff. Okay, yep, I saw boobs. Alright, so instead of being on Natsuki's side this time, I'm gonna betray Natsuki. Yuri. Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. Stop being a tsundere. Well, mostly Sun. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. These words. Just imagine how things would be if people just followed that rule. Don't pick fights with people just because their opinion is different from yours. It's simple, and yet, well, maybe someday people will practice this. Or not. Probably not. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Huh? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, that's... But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feeling into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. In other words, she felt that you were kind of demeaning her. I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. I mean, especially the comment about her chest. Yuri means well, and if you told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Honesty is key in this situation, instead of just bickering senselessly. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. Except that one time I did. She's trapped. At this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to... You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem in her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki... She really didn't mean to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. Okay, let's not go into this again. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Daniel. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. I'm thankful to have you as a part of this club now? Okay, well... it's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So... Huh? What thing did Natsuki say? Yeah, I kind of forgot what she said. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Is that your your escape for everything? Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah, I'm treading over this again. Okay, yes, and... Alright, now let's see if I can actually get on Yuri's good side. Okay. Another day passes, yada yada yada, we already know that. Okay, snack, cookie, nom nom nom. And okay, imaginary boyfriend, okay. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one we would have been reading together. Or we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you. Ah, if that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Like smooth, flowing motions, the kind that just bewilders you and catches your glance. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you off to? We're gonna go make out. No. Sorry, too easy of a joke. Huh? We're just... Yuri was going to go make some tea, so... I suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. Well, I mean, it's not like you are gonna go make out somewhere. We're just filling the water pitcher. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a little bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Yes, but we're gonna go do it together. That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Wow, way to step up, Yuri. Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Daniel in club activities? My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Humph. Have you been taking lessons from Natsuki, Yuri? Then let's go, Daniel. Ah. Yuri quickly exits the room, and I follow. I guess that's kind of... Well, at least she was a little bit more classy when she did it. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri? I just... Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Yeah, and plus, what if you need backup when filling the water pitcher? Daniel, how come even when I do something bad, you're being so nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We all have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns on a light rain shower into a... Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Can we get the record straight? I do not hate you, Yuri. In fact, you're one of my favorite girls. Okay, why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. It's only natural. What kind of a friend would do that? Friend, you say? Why, you were expecting something more? I'm gonna take that as a yes. But our protag is kind of blissfully unaware. He's ignorant about such things. Yuri lifts her head. Daniel, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Daniel, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must feel in a good mood now. Yeah, especially with that smile just brightening up the whole room and all. Is that so? I was letting it show. Well, maybe you should let it show more often. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try to express myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Daniel. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Daniel, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Huh? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall, rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. I bet half of you at least are probably thinking it's because of her chest. Well, I'm not one to talk about such things, so let's move on. It's most likely because your posture, right? Not your chest. Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes! I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading positions as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Her beauty is too much for me. For you, rather. Talking to you, protagonist I gave my name to. Your teacup. Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Yeah, we don't need another pervert accusation. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume that the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading, not the cute girl practically on top of me. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Huh? Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take the chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then, I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips, as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. Oh boy. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Daniel. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. That's... Well... you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, for sure, it's definitely what friends do. Not boyfriend and girlfriend. That's all it was. Yeah. Then you don't need to stop or anything. You want me to keep going? I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book. But I can tell just by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. Are you really that interested in her chest? I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. What just... The music just stopped and I feel like there was an abrupt cut. Okay, everyone. Oh... Ah! Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Daniel, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. Green-eyed lady. The spell is abruptly broken by the evil green-eyed lady, magic lady. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up again. Okay. Start with Yuri, because we're getting on her good side. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Daniel. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. Well, once again, if the enemies within don't have anything against you, then the enemies outside cannot do anything against you. You know, I should actually just look up that quote and see what it is. Not right now, though. I wonder why... Anyway. Do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Okay, well, the raccoon. Already read this. Well, we went through it before, but I still can't read her writing. I feel so bad. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. Okay, let's see. Why do you keep them to yourself? The poems, I presume. Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Daniel? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. There you go. Embrace who you are. Embrace your dreams and keep your hopes close to you. In other words, just be yourself. Everything that makes you who you are. See, I might be ranting a little bit now. And I might be rereading stuff a little bit now. Oops. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Daniel. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now, I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. Oh boy. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay. Monica... Hi again, Daniel. Hi again, Monica. Deja vu. Let's see. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I notice that too. Or when she talks about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that... You must be pretty into her. Oh boy. Are you shipping me with Yuri? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, why not? You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Really? Damn. Wait, really? Yeah. A fictional one, anyway. Don't be going around making fun of people's waifus and husbandos. Husbandos. You know, I don't even know how to pronounce that word. How embarrassing. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's really nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I have my own waifus to worry about. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, okay, yada yada yadas. Okay. Let's go with Sayori. Ooh, I like this one, Daniel. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does it mean that it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. Okay. And last but not least, Natsuki, who probably hates my guts right now. Well, I can admit it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. Huh? What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. Huh? You're not trying to impress Yuri, are you? What if I am? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know, Yuri would love this kind of... this angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. Crap, my secret crush on Yuri has been revealed. Somehow I struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Yeah, she's like real ticked off. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place, although she is in another universe. I didn't even read her poem. Well, she was that ticked off at me. Alright, so I think that about does it for this round. So, next time, we're going to continue with Sayori's route. And I'm thinking we're probably going to touch on the festival activities a little bit. And of course, there's going to be more random word selections from a word bank, which I'm probably going to cut out from now on or something. But anyway, so thanks for watching, and I guess I will see you guys later.